Where are we now? We are in the hospital, but not because of a bad thing, but this Monday the baby was supposed to come out. Well, it was a due date, and now it's Thursday, so we're going to have check already to see if everything is all right. Here you can see the heart rate and Marley's oxygen level and her own heart rate, and her blood pressure was very good as well. So this, with the heart rate, they can actually see, and this is actually the level of the, how do you call it, heart bellies. If this changes too much and if this changes too much, I'm not sure in what direction, then they would know what's going on with the baby if something would go wrong. But this is just a check to see if everything is going okay. And how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good.
And whenever he's moving, the heart rate will go up quite a lot. So it's supposed to be in between 120 and 140, but if he moves, it can go up to 160 or 180 even, so that's pretty normal. But yeah, we have to do this for half an hour. Oh, it's actually going down a little bit. But we have to do this for half an hour, and then this graph shows if everything is all right, and then we know a lot more. So it's very exciting. What's up, guys? Okay, so yesterday we had a check for the baby and Marley to see how they're both doing since she is past the due date, which was last Monday, and it's Saturday right now. So today we're having the second check to see if everything is still all right, and then we have to decide, because the coming Monday is going to be 41 weeks. So normally with 40 weeks, that's the the perfect date to deliver the child. But if it's not there yet by 41 weeks, they now say, well, it might be smart to actually initiate the childbirth process, in a custom way instead of a natural way in the hospital. So we have to decide which day we want to do it. We're thinking about just a Monday to be as safe as possible. But we're having multiple checks to see if everything is all right. It's just mandatory, like always, and everything seems to be all right, just like you saw in the other check. But we'll see in this check how everything is going as well, and then we'll decide the next step. So right now I'm doing some cardio. We are yesterday we were exactly 16 weeks out, which normally would be the start of the Olympia prep or any prep. But I like to start a bit sooner than that, so I started already with 20 weeks out, just to clean out my diet, just to get in a bit better shape before starting the actual prep. So I'm really excited, because even though we have COVID-19 wreaking havoc on the world, or the media wants you to believe this, there's a lot of restrictions, and you're simply not sure if you're going to be able to travel to the United States from this country, the Netherlands. But I have faith that it will happen, because I don't know. I'm just gonna do the prep, do my best, get in the best shape possible, and simply I will be there at the Olympia. And I'm pretty happy with the shape I'm in right now, because I'm 16 weeks out and I still have I weigh around 122 at the moment. So that means 10 kilograms to go, and I'll easily reach that by the end of the 16 weeks in the best shape ever, because my conditioning can still improve quite a lot, and my legs are improved as well. So really curious to see what the package is like. This is the rest day right now. I'm going to aim for about 8,000 steps today, and we are going to have the breakfast in about 10 minutes when I get home. Okay, so we just got the call that we are actually they're ready for us at the hospital anyway, which was supposed to be 2.5 hours later, but now it's about half an hour later. So I'm gonna have a very quick breakfast, and I'll show you what it is. All right, so the breakfast is going to be 100 grams of oatmeal. In the bottom, as you can see, normally it's 120, but it's a rest day, so it's a little less. Some water. This is a layer of Gladiator Whey Isolate, strawberry flavor, which makes this delicious. Normally I'll use vanilla in oatmeal and in shakes strawberry. The white powder is creatine, actually using 11 grams, 11 to 12 grams a day in my breakfast. Yes, I do. We have some cinnamon there and 10 grams of psyllium husk, and I added a little bit of Himalayan salt. So let's shake this up. Ooh, I actually forgot about the blueberries. Let's have them in and shake it up. And the fats next to the shake is 25 grams, just about, of macadamia nuts. Normally I add peanut butter and some 80% dark chocolate, but since I don't like to put that in a shake, a lot of people do like to add peanut butter, for example, I like to eat those separate to the shake because it's more delicious. On our way to the 11th floor, which is where we need to be to check on the baby. We have arrived in the suite for pregnant women, and this is actually also the room where you actually deliver the child if you are ready for it. So that's why it's so luxurious, because you need to be comfortable here to be able to be at ease while giving birth. So there you actually have a bathtub where you also have a choice to do child delivery, and there is a little bit of a mini bed for the baby. And this is usually the bed that women choose to deliver the child at. But yeah, pretty amazing to see. And right there, again, is the heart rate and the heartbeat of the baby. You can see it's around 136 at the moment. So that's very normal. So what do we have here? It kind of looks like something I see every single day. But what is it? Do you know it?
Moet ik wel live filmen dan, hè? Dat is de buik zelf.
This is the real replica. And this is the copied one. As you can see, the baby has quite a lot of space inside the stomach. Right in there. So this is what is called a cast belly, I think, in English. And you hang this up on the wall to forever remember that you had that stomach, because in a few years you might not even be able to imagine you ever having it in the first place. But this is always a reminder of the unique period of time. And it's going to be very beautiful, as you can see right here. A lot of details, mosaic stones, if that's the correct term. And we have some bikini stones, all in the blue color palette, with some mirrors as well, as you can see. So I'm very curious what the end result will be. Alrighty, it's time for the next meal, but before we have the next meal, I'm going to make some fish. So I'm going to sous vide cook this, and as you can see right here, I'm already getting the temperature up of this big container of water, and once that's up, we are going to enjoy some delicious fish. So right here I have a vacuum machine, and I'm going to use it to vacuum seal all this fish. This is frozen fish, but that's the beauty, it doesn't matter. You can still cook it in a sous vide container, just do half an hour more and it'll be safe. And I also have these right here. These are actually scallops, which are very high quality, luxurious protein sources to have in a diet. So especially when you cook them in this way, they will be absolutely perfect. So let me show you the end result of this. A baby blue color. Alrighty guys, it's time for the third meal of the day. Actually didn't show you the second one, but all it was 60 grams of rice, 250 grams of shrimps, some cucumber and 50 grams of avocado. And this meal will be a little similar, except I replace the shrimps with some tuna, which I'm going to grill in this pan. But first, this rice. Now a lot of people wonder, how do you make golden rice? Well, this is not how I usually make it, but this is golden water, and the rice, as you can see, is starting to turn a little more yellow, and because it absorbs the water where it is being cooked in. Normally I use a rice cooker and I put all of the herbs and spices on the rice in here, and this is only done when all of the water is cooked away, so all of the herbs and spices like turmeric, which is the yellow golden color, is left. This, however, is different because you usually use more water than you need to cook the rice in. But for example, right now I used this one. This is called, well, this is pretty much what you use in a curry, and there is turmeric in there as spice number 1, then coriander, then mustard seed, pepper, ginger. So this is like a mixture of spices, but the yellow color in here is caused by the turmeric. And now let's actually put some tuna steaks in this pan. So these are the tuna steaks. So this one is 160 grams, this is 170 grams. So in total we have 340 grams of tuna steak in one meal. Now, normally I would care about this if I would do this every single day, but this is a rest day. The calories and carbs are down anyway, and this is only about 70 grams or so more protein in terms of the actual weight of the fish. So that's like maybe 12 grams of extra protein added to this meal. That won't hurt my progress at all. In fact, because I have less carbs, a lot of people in a low carb day actually increase the protein to compensate for the lower carbs. So that actually is a valid thing that a lot of people do. I usually don't, but in instances like this, I'm not gonna cut off a piece of this beautiful tuna steak just to adhere to the amount of fish I eat every single meal. So that's something I do even in prep, really won't hurt. Now the oil I'm going to use is right here, beautiful coconut oil. And the nice thing is you can see that it's not as hot anymore here. On my stories I showed this entirely liquid because it was very hot here, and this actually turns liquid in hot temperatures. You can actually tell if a fat is saturated or not if it is solid at room temperature. So a lot of the oils like olive oil and even the oil coming out of the salmon all stay liquid when at room temperature, but fats like this and fat out of beef, for example, when you bake or grill a beef or a steak in the pan and you cool it off, the oil will actually change to a solid mass, and that's how you can tell that it's saturated fat. And when you actually cook a salmon, you can see that the fat will stay liquid even though it has cooled off. So that's the difference in how to tell unsaturated from saturated fats. However, this is a special kind because this is a mid-chain fatty acid, so you can use this a lot more quicker for energy purposes as well, and it just smells amazing, tastes amazing, and it's antibacterial, and you know, it's just something that also can withstand a lot of heat. So if you use a lot of olive oil in the pan, you would actually, you know, literally burn some of the olive oil, and it won't be usable in the same way that you would use it on your meal after cooking. So this prevents that from happening. It's usable cold and very hot. So let's put this around 10 milliliters in the pan. There we go, grilling away, baking away, putting this on it to enhance the cooking process. Then it stays softer, because once it starts to lose its red color, I turn it around, grill it again on high temperature, and then it's the perfect consistency that you want a tuna steak to have. Now, if that's not perfection, I don't know what is. And by the way, to make sure that this meal contains all the oil I need, I'm just going to pour the leftover oil in my meal, so I have all the oil included in the fish, and also what is left over in the pan. Since it's coconut oil, it's not going to be harmful in any shape, way or form. And this is the final result, and that is one of the reasons why I like to cook fresh when I can. So it's a rest day today, I'm home quite a lot. Especially, of course, it's going to be a very exciting week, so a lot of my appointments have been moved, so I have more free time. Well, relatively speaking, because I still have a lot to do at home. But anyway, this is some zucchini from the air fryer, so no fat added, still looks delicious. We have some jasmine rice, 60 grams uncooked, which it was before cooking, obviously. And we have the tuna steaks right here with coconut oil, all drizzled throughout here, what was left in the pan. So adding some salt and pepper to here, that's just perfect. Let's enjoy. And by the way, guys, you always see me eating fish. Now I am sous vide preparing some chicken for my girlfriend. So you can use this for chicken, beef, vegetables, and fish that I like to use, but I put some portions of chicken for her in here with some rosemary, salt and pepper, a little bit of oil to make it delicious and, you know, just incredible. Soft like you never experienced before. And we have something else here. This is going to be the plate where it will be hanged up upon, like a painting, but then a cast belly. So quite different. And here, of course, is the crib where the baby will be in. And this is to make sure he doesn't touch the edges. This is actually called a baby gym. You can hang things on here for him to be distracted. And this is the maxi cozy to put in the car to actually transport him to the gym. Because yes, he will be at the gym quite a lot from the very beginning. Time for meal number 4. Again, we have some golden rice. This time, however, I added some beautiful rosemary. Smells beautiful, tastes delicious. And instead of the tuna steak, now the fat source and protein source is this salmon steak of 300 grams. So even though I eat only fish, you still have a lot of variety throughout the day. Tuna steak, whitefish, codfish, salmon, etc. To be able to have variety in the day with your different kind of tastes in the meals. So yes, the vegetables here will be some broccoli, and that's pretty much the only difference. Same amount of rice, however, no added fat because that's already in the salmon. Alright, so this is the final meal. I had to ditch the broccoli because it tasted really strangely, because it had a weird smell. You can see it right there. It kind of looks bland. I think it was too long in the freezer and then put it in the steaming container too quickly, and it just came out all wrong. So that's not what I'm gonna use. I'm just going to use my backup as always, the cucumber. Digests really easily, add some volume to the meal, and it's just delicious in combination with the rice. So the salmon right here, and it's just a perfect meal. Last meal of the day. Yes, wearing the blue light blocking glasses. I can see perfectly fine, but it blocks blue light because then your brain thinks it's time to sleep. Just to put it in short terms. But anyway, let me show you the last meal. You probably already saw it on my last full day of eating. But here it is. So first we have 3 eggs, 2 extra large eggs and 1 large egg, and 1 slice of cheese. But that slice per 100 grams has 35 grams of protein and only 10 grams of fat, so it's an amazing cheese, which makes this taste a lot more awesome. Probably will be removed later on in the prep, but for now, it's gonna stay in. This is 50 grams of fine oatmeal with some frozen raspberries, 30 grams of whey isolate by Gladiator Pro, yours truly, and some psyllium husk in here as well, and actually put a little bit of magnesium powder in here to help relax the muscles and to help you get into a deeper sleep, because as we all know, sleep is very important for muscle growth. Alright guys, that was the full day of eating. It's the next day now, actually eating my post-workout meal after a nice back day. So yeah, it was an amazing workout for sure, but I really want to thank you for watching this video. A little bit more of a day in the life as well, to get to know me and what I'm going through a little more, as well as a previous video that you just saw about me finishing my nutrition and dietetics education, meaning that I'm officially a dietitian now, which is amazing. So thank you very much for the support, and don't forget to stay golden. Fearless.